YouTube, exciting episode up ahead. You'll see us transition from last season to this season. We get our bees off to California to go pollinate almonds and start moving forward immediately. Stick around, thanks. Hey YouTube, it is January 26th. We are getting ready to go do a little bit of light beekeeping. We're gonna clear up 2 rows for the 18-wheeler to come through and just set those pallets. We have hives from our co-op coming through, and I get to take this little shortcut through the trees to get to where we're going. So nice day for this. Weather is set in, and we have a 3-day window before January 31st truck is due to get it all done. Plenty of time. We just gotta hit it and get it. So the program is we're moving pallets or partial pallets of bees, lifting them onto place, using the pallet dolly, lifting them down, trying to be hurry about it. It's a little cold. So it's working good. You can see that we've cleared out most of the space. We got some more to do. It's heavy hives, gets it done. Trying to keep them, the old entrance becomes the back of the hive, and that way they have to come out and they have to orient themselves on an orientation flight. Show you what we mean. The entrance is on this side of the hive. Nathan's gonna go ahead and lift it up. And this was a reverse pallet, so the entrance is actually on the inside. So now when they come out of the hive, they're presented with a whole different view, so they've got to orient to figure out where they are, and hopefully that'll stop some of the drift from occurring. Good morning, January 28th. The sun finally came out. It's been a long week of cold, dreary rain. Everything's super muddy still. I'm gonna go unload 12 pallets, or 3 pallets of hives from local beekeeper, Justin Hartman. We're gonna do some video series focused around his operation. So a little bit more later today on getting ready for almonds. Big push the next 3 days. Got a nice weather window, so super excited. Beautiful day. These are some hives that we have not really gone through to reduce down, so we're reducing down. We're finding some strong ones that look like good grafting stock, and going through and marking ones that are ready to go to California, pulling off equipment, getting another load ready for going down South Texas. For those of y'all who didn't see the last episode, we took bits and pieces, ones that we determined were gonna probably die in the last big freeze, and we stuck every frame that we could, let them fight it out, decide which queen wins. We're gonna get into them now and see how they go. We did this on a smaller version with, I don't know, about 12 hives, and they all had queens laying, sorted it out, and really kicked on production. So we didn't pinch queens, we just did a dirty merge. And so we're gonna check these out now and see how they do. So we're taking, I don't know if y'all can see with the lens flare, Gary's rolling down with triple stacks of singles downstairs. We're clearing them out of this yard. The foragers that are out right now will drift over, join up with the hives that we're still working on for California. So just a little trick to increase their numbers a little bit, and they can sit down here. They don't need a whole lot of foragers at the minute because we got pollen patties out, and they'll hatch some more out. So we'll see how all that turns out.
All right, we're here at the main yard fixing to tear down these towers.
Look at all these bees. That's what the top looks like.
Yeah, it looks good. We're gonna attempt to find the queen, try to isolate her and leave her on the pallet in 2 boxes, and the rest of them we're gonna gain some strength in some boxes that are a little bit weak, hopefully.
Bees in that one too? See if we can find queen sign.
Man, They almost look good enough just to stick on a box, don't they?
Yeah.
We can find the queen that way, though.
God, they're all full of frame.
They're all what?
Full of frame.
Alright. Hadn't found the queen yet, so we're going to dig a little deeper down into a couple more boxes. We have found quite a bit of brood. Might have been some stuff that was already there. Still hadn't found really a sign of eggs or larvae. Find that, and we might find the queen.
A lot of bees. And I guess in theory, one queen, so wherever we add them to, that's the only conflict we create. And if we're adding them to the greens and we're distributing them pretty good.
Right.
So we found some nice brood pattern, and we've isolated it, and Martell's looking for the queen. So we think she's in this box. Not for sure, but that gives us a lot of bees that we saved from the freeze. We're gonna go distribute those now and bolster up some other ones. Okay, so we saved a lot of bees. These were all out of hives that were not gonna live. So Nathan, what do you think?
I'm very happy with the results of it.
Yeah.
Worked out wonderfully, especially during all the frost that we encountered. It's perfect.
Yeah, this exceeded my expectations. So we decided we're gonna punt on this, and tomorrow we're going to attack these 4, trying to figure out which ones. Just go ahead and stick that back in center. It's got some brood. We'll deal with it tomorrow. And see if we can find the queen and maybe do a better job of where they wind up tomorrow. But if not, we got a plan. So you saw Gary running the singles out of here, and you can see that there's drift. So a lot of bees are coming to these ones we marked green. That's one stage below blue, which is what we need. So we're catching a lot of drift into these hives, and that'll help their overall numbers out. We're laying out 28 ground pallets. Gonna have 108 hives coming in tonight about 10 o'clock. Sun's going down. Be nice to finish up this day, go get some dinner, and then come back tonight and help those guys unload. January 29th, just after midnight. Robbie and Russell just showed up. I'm not sure where they come from, but they always show up this time of year, and then they show up again into March, pick up all their hives. Just kidding, they're from east of here. Good people, we're gonna get this job undone. Uncle Marty's popping this wax off the inside of these lids. Got a big pile of it. And as usual, Nathan's over here stuffing his face again.
I'm not stuffing my face, I'm just making this small stuff.
He's a growing boy, and it takes lots of energy.
Yeah, it does.
January 29th, a little afternoon. Day is super nice, as you can see. Getting highs in the upper 60s. Great day to work bees. We're gonna make a big push to get our load finalized for California. It may get done with that today, and then coast through some of the details tomorrow. A little bit of light keeping tomorrow. Try to shoot a few videos for you. So Gary found the queen, and it's one of these towers of 5. We're taking the boxes and putting them on top of some of the weaker ones to make strong. Michelle's doing some calisthenics. She likes to stay limber. It's very important in the bee yard. The last tower, bits and pieces, dinks. We cannot find the queen in this one. Michelle, did you find sign of eggs and brood?
Yeah.
How about you, Martell? Sign of eggs and brood?
Nice brood pattern. This is not really strong, but it's going to be stronger.
Yeah.
In a day or two.
Oh, here she is.
Did you find her?
Just kidding.
Oh, you're...
Got the bees set. I'm gonna do some more work in the yard today to get ready for the load up tomorrow night. It's January 30th. About to pour this slab, not us, but it's full of water. It's holding, so guys rigged up this pump to get it clean. And of course, Nathan's sitting on his you know what again.
There's a good reason.
And we are stenciling the sides per the requirements so that our hives can be identified. We're not really sure how they're going to line up on the pallets, so we're preemptively doing what we can so that tomorrow night it'll be easy and we won't have to do very many. Yeah, we're just going through and finding if there's any spider like this. This is a spider nest, so we're either scraping it out or burning it out with a torch so that they can get through the inspection station in California and not import any of our spiders or ants or grass seeds or anything. And later on we'll clean up the pallets, get them ready too. They don't test on all the routes, but they definitely test on the route that we take from Texas. Doing a count, final count hopefully, to make sure we got the numbers that we committed to, and then we're gonna prep some pallets. January 31st, day of reckoning. We get to load this semi truck tonight with 408 pallets. We got a little bit more equipment that's coming off. We're gonna take this truck down to Blanconia, Beeville, Texas. Tomorrow we're at the some equipment to prep 3 pad sites for 3 sets of bees, 64 hives. It's 20 minutes from the Texas coast. So they're already in springtime down there. So we're looking forward to some growth and yeah, good things. Got this truck gonna go down there too. So we're just doing some maintenance and getting ready for tonight's big push. Exciting times. Nice to get through this threshold. I'm not sure what got exposed over here. Maybe it's just frames, but oh, somebody let out some pollen patty. Pollen. Man, look at that. It's crazy. Look at the swirls. Absolutely beautiful watching this wind blow these bees around, watching them drift like that, pour down. They create a downdraft. Wow, so cool. Big day, doing some final prep work. Need to get some hydraulic oil for the Avant, and getting ready to load. It's a couple hours till the truck gets here, and we've gone and recounted everything. Looks good. Took some wire brushes to the hives, scrubbed any debris that we could find, and yeah, get excited. Hour and a half to go till we load the truck. Filling the pollen feeders. Never get tired of watching these gals, excuse me, collect all this pollen. This is just about empty. They've been going through it. Got a lot of bees here right now. Sun's going down. Truck's here. Got everybody kind of waiting around to get this show going. Got John here. John, where are you from?
From Dallas.
And what's your company?
Blackland Bees.
Blackland Bees.
Yeah, named after the Blackland Prairie.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how was your season last season?
It was pretty good. We had a little bit of a rough summer. It was pretty hot and dry, so we did a lot of feeding and tried to get those girls through, but
yeah,
they did pretty well.
The joys of working bees in Texas.
That's right. It's part of it.
All right, Robbie and Russell are here. Got 3 loaders. Trick tonight will be don't get run over and get it done quick. It's real chaotic. We got 3 machines going. I'm running singles with skid steer, so it's a little more challenging. It doesn't have the slides or the boom, but the system works out good. You can see we keep rolling. Had a little problem with the load, but we're getting it sorted out. So they're up here cleaning off all the stuff, any debris, any dirt, making them ready for the shipment so that they don't have it get held up at the inspection site going into California, excuse me. All right, so we're pulling the screen down on the load. Started from the back to the front, worked out pretty good.
Whoa, whoa.
Then the last hives on the load. Gotta squeeze it in, make it work. So he's throwing the strap over these boards. Getting it right every time. Amazing. Got the load up, all secure. Everybody's standing around enjoying themselves. And now the clock starts again. 365 days, go.
As you can see in the wildlife, Mike in his natural habitat on the lawnmower, cleaning out the stakes for the bees.
We got a little mud puddle over here, and we got the truck, and the new guy just drove right through the thickest part of the mud for some reason. So it's just sliding down this hole, but we're getting it. Kind of an awkward angle, but you can see that it's just going. There we go, we're out. We got another 8 pallets set out for 8 pallets. Gary's coming sometime late tonight or early in the morning. Out here with Nathan. Got the mower unstuck. Got Dad out here down in Beeville, Texas.
Don't you dare.
New guy again. I don't know what he's doing, but some people never learn. At least this time he didn't try to go through the swamp. Did you have a good time?
Oh, always. Always.
Yeah, we'll get this out.
Yeah, but you haven't gotten the rope out. Yep, that should be good.
February 2nd, 7:24. You can maybe see if I can hold this steady. Then we're gonna get back to HQ at 11:07 if we don't stop for anything. It's a 6-hour drive. We got the hive site set up, 2 different properties down in Beeville, Texas. Hopefully it's gonna be a spring down there before us. Got Nathan over here sitting down on the job again. Nathan's had a big day. Nathan, what happened? Quickly.
I got the lawnmower stuck twice. So, yeah.
Brilliant.
And I also learned what mesquite trees were. They're not very nice.
Everything down at this place was sharp. McCarthy Rose, mesquite, and Weesatch. But things are about to bloom, so we're pretty pumped. Talk to you on the other side. February 3rd, the morning after our trip down to San Antonio, Beeville, back. Gary took a bunch of bees last night down there, early spring. We had one heck of a good rainstorm last night. Gonna have to pump out our slab hole again. And got the trencher coming over today. Good buddy of mine, Gibson. And we're gonna start laying in conduit and water pipe. Get our infrastructure upgraded a little bit so we can do more, do better. All about the bees. Here comes the Mini-X. Gonna get the water and electric rolling.
What's up?
Hey Gibson, say hi to YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, you're a big time YouTube star now.
Are you?
Well, you are now. Almost down to the campsite area. Got water, electric. Oh, and Nathan sitting down on the job again. What are you doing, Red?
Always sitting. You gotta sit and relax every once in a while.
He calls this Loco Conejo mode. Filling in the trench a little bit so we have a place to go. Gonna be nice when we get done. So now we're going up the hill to the office learning center bunkhouse, and we found something that Nathan is really good at. Filling in a ditch. We're getting close to the top of the hill. Gibson's backfilling as we go, separating the water and the electric. Almost to the site. We're just gonna stub it off for now because we're not quite there, but you can see the clearing back here. Beautiful place. Sun's going down. February 7th. 4 of us are here doing a pallet clean. Martell's super excited today about this.
3.5.
3.5.
I'm only half here.
Martell says he's only half here today. We got Casey here. We got the new guy. And me. So yeah, we're trying to make a dent in it. Finally getting somewhere on that. It's gonna be nice to start beekeeping again soon. So now we're just cleaning up the remains of what didn't go to California. Trying to organize it, get this field cleaned up. We're gonna throw a little seed down this year, try to keep the erosion down. Starting to get to do some beekeeping here real soon. Gonna feed tomorrow with some syrup with some treatment in it. More later on about that. We noticed that the bees weren't hitting the pollen feeders anymore, and you can see all this yellow. Supposedly the elm's blooming, so who knows? Good stuff.
Hey, this is Martell at Honeybees Unlimited. We're in the upstairs yard. Just got through moving some hives, consolidating some pallets, and of course we marooned some foragers. So in order to collect them, we just put a 2-frame out with a couple frames of drawn comb, and let them settle down into the box. Then when it gets just about dark, we'll move them to a single that needs to be strengthened.
Good deal, and they can join up. There goes the truck. It's got all the pallets that need work. And then here's the extras, plus what we got down in the barn shop. And, full of potential, ready to go for next year, this season. So you saw that natural pollen that's coming into these hives. And this thing was just massively packed with bees, and now they've got a little bit of interest, but not much, not like they were. So whenever they find something they like better, man, they're on it. So we got some mixed equipment here, different sizes from some hives we bought, and Martell is going to explain to the new guy what we're going to do.
So we'll find the queen, make sure she's in the bottom. We'll put a queen excluder here between this medium and the deep, and all them bees will filter down, and then we'll be able to take this one off and put a regular deep on there.
Because if there's brood on the top, the queen won't be laying anymore on top. So yeah, that's how we'll get those equipments off of there.
Yeah.
Good morning, February 9th. These are some bees that were lost in the they were marooned in a drift, and so I came by this morning to pick them up. I found a somewhat weak hive to knock these frames out in, and so these don't have a queen. They just they went back to where we were, and one of the guys put one of these 2 frames down and collected them up, and so I'm just shaking them out this morning, doing it one-handed. It's not the best, but you get the idea. So just adding these bees, not wasting them. Big day today, infrastructure going in. Gonna be really nice to have this extended patio. We're gonna put a cover over it. Got the metal sitting over here ready to roll. We do a lot of different things. Michelle's working on some equipment for a customer. We got some nice people here that they're writing a book, interviewing Gary, and this young man has been helping us out with doing all sorts of cool things, getting checked out on the equipment. So all the day of a beekeeper. Today we're installing the NECTAR card holders on each one of these hives. It's a scannable computer program / app. We'll show more of that later, but we'll be able to track all of the hive data, dead outs, There's a whole smorgasbord of things. I won't get into it all now, but we're just going through and screwing these little doodads onto the front of the hive. These are special zinc screws so that it doesn't mess up the electronics, is my understanding. And we're using a square locking bit, so it's a little bit easier to deal with on our end. And of course, smoking the hives. We're adding some complete all-natural honeybee feed supplement. Contains full-strength Optima 2, Nosavit, and Pro B. Got some good stuff for the bees. Heard good things about it. Uncle Marty measured out 3 quarts. Gonna mix it into our feed wagon over there and get everybody fed with it tomorrow. So you can see the treatment, how it's dark up top. We're pulling it through the pump, circulating it back through to the top. Getting mixed up good. So it's Valentine's Day today. We're going through and grading hives that didn't go to California, and we're tagging them with the NECTAR QR codes, entering them into the yard, and putting our grading into them. These are card holders that have not had the QR card inserted yet, and it's going good. We're excited. We're gonna have some data. Thanks, NECTAR. So we discovered something cool about NECTAR. You can scan multiple cards at the same time when you're adding hives, and all of these are weak hives for the most part. So when we're grading them, you can grade them and get them all. So he just added them, and now he's inspecting, scanning. He just added them to the chart. Now he's next.
And submit.
And submitting. Good. Now they're in the yard. Good deal. Pretty cool. Couple of nuke boxes. Got some pollen coming in. Got some bees showing on the porch. So I'll set up the tripod and we'll go through them real quick. Smoking the hive. Hopefully got the camera angle good for you guys to see. Cracking it open. Got some good bees showing on the tops. We'll dig in a little bit and see if they're just hanging out on the tops or if they've got any brood, whatnot. This is just a bare drawn comb frame. Nothing other than a couple bees hanging out. Put it to the side here. This one's a little more interesting. It's got some weight to it. You can see some pollen stores, some honey stores, some bees. They've really packed in some pollen. Need that for babies. This side is barren of any resources at this point. It's a nice warm day today. A little bit on the cool side, but gonna work fast, not chill the brood. Oh man, speaking of brood, nice little brood pattern here. Nice brood pattern. Got a bee running around with some pollen on its legs. Got some nectar or syrup from the rob out zone. And yeah, that looks really nice. That one's gonna need a bigger box sometime in the not too distant future. There's some more brood for every, oh man, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this one's got some vibrant red pollen on its leg. Beautiful, beautiful. Eggs. There's the queen right there. Just checking empty cells, maybe depositing an egg, backfilling. Nice resource and brood frame. This looks good. This is a queen we made probably June, July. More red pollen, a little more resources. So yeah, that one's looking good. We're gonna put some little bit of feed on them, and yeah, exciting stuff. Looks good. I'm gonna rotate this around just in case that hole leaks. I don't want water ruining a good thing. You can tell by the jar on here that these got some feed, so they were deemed a little bit light when we were doing feeding. Super gentle bees. They're just almost ignoring me, which is really nice to see. So the parent stock was chosen for, amongst other things, being gentle. Just another drawn comb frame, no wax moth damage, so they protect it from that. And oh, this one, it's not drawn all the way, so it's kind of heavy. Oh, there's the queen right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. There she is. I'll try to get it in the right spot. There she is for those of you at home. And there's some larvae, eggs. So she's starting to lay on this frame. That's very encouraging. This one's probably, oh, I bumped them a little bit. They flared up a little bit. Had another heavy frame. Oh man, look at all that brood. That's beautiful. There's an old bee, dark black bee with pollen on its legs, going out foraging, serving out the last of its career to this hive. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful brood pattern. Really pleased with that. That's really encouraging to see. You know, these bees made it through a harsh winter, like I said, and these bees have been alive for a long time. So this is a lot of winter bees, over winter bees, and oh man, more brood. So that's really encouraging. We're gonna feed these, and we're gonna make sure we don't overfeed them and plug them up. But that's really encouraging. Good to see. Put these back together, and I'll make a note on this lid that how much feed we need to give them so we don't overfeed. And yeah, good stuff. Like it when it works out. This is always interesting to me. Sometimes you get into a hive and they cap their cells off for the brood and it's really smooth. And then other hives you get into and each one of the individual cells is bubbled a little bit more. You can kind of see that going on down here, but I don't know why the difference is, but it's always interesting. This side is very smooth too compared to bumpy side. I'll try to get a different version of another hive here. Another good looking nuke. This is really weak, but they survived. They've got a good brood pattern. My initial response is I want to slide these frames over and put this blank resource frame over to this outside, but then I got to thinking about it, and the morning sun really lights up this edge, so that may be their saving grace on this one. So yeah, I've decided not to. Sometimes I got to think about the whole picture, not just what I think. A couple things that are interesting. There's the queen. This one's got a couple pooched out cells here and there. They may be trying to generate a few drones. I hope so. Hope that's what's going on. And interesting equation for each cell of space. Whenever they hatch out, that takes up three bees of space in the hive. So if you have one complete frame, this one's not complete, but if you have one complete frame of brood, then that equals 3 frames of bees in the hive. So these are gonna experience some really good growth, and they're gonna look really good when these start hatching out here in the next week or two. This is winged elm, if I'm understand is correct. And it's got these little protruding bark ridges, and you can see that it's already starting to, let's see, put some leaves out. There's a nice big section of the winged branch. You can see that. So these produce pollen super early, which we've already seen. We think that's what contributed to the pollen you saw in the previous video, yellow pollen coming in. And we're making sure everybody has some feed on them to avoid March mortality month, because they will produce so many babies, and if they don't have enough nectar, which isn't really readily available in our area, then they'll die. So we get a jump on it, so we keep them going. So a little bit more on that winged elm. All of these are winged elm, and the ones in the background are winged elm. There's some oaks over here, some cedars, winged elm, all the small ones. I shouldn't say all, but a lot of winged elm. So there's a pocket of, I don't know, a couple hundred acres around here with a whole lot of winged elm. So this whole place is a real treasure trove for that reason, and many others. Well, I couldn't find any with the brood pooched out, all slick. Of course, these could be common ancestor from the grass we did, and maybe that's why they survived, because this one is really good at doing the things we need, which is surviving winter. Now there's the queen rolling around down there. Try not to smash her. This one's loaded up with honey, almost to the point of too much. Yeah, really good day. Really peaceful. Got to go check out all these while the guys are treating the rest of the bees here, and really nice to kind of get off into my own groove for a little while and check out our results from our grafting from last summer. Looking forward to doing it again. Transferring more syrup from this in here. It's kind of cold, so it's really sluggish. We tried to drain it, but we're having to put the pump on it, move it, mix up some more feed with the treatment. Always a little something to get in the way of something. And now we're pumping water in to dilute it just a little bit. Be easy on the pump when we're feeding, hopefully. And yeah, get rolling again. Maybe in the morning. It's getting late. February 15th, little recap of everything you've seen. You saw us finishing up, getting ready for the hives to go to California. A lot of choices we had to make. It was tough. We've got direction, and so we kind of transitioned to the new season. I think, you know, my mind is we drive to get hives to go to California, and we did that, and you can see that we're now shifted. I'm really excited about the data that NECTAR is going to provide for us. It's going to ease some of the office stuff too. That's going to be incredible. So, you know, that's really super exciting. I'm standing in the what we call the downstairs yard, and you can see that we've got hives laid out, kind of different patterns to keep the bees from drifting. Upstairs we've got them laid out in a line, so it'll be interesting to kind of monitor that. You know, I said as soon as we loaded the hives that, you know, 365 days started now until the next time we have bees going to California. And it's true, the next day we turned around and took bees down to Beeville, Texas. Early spring down there. Now spring is happening here. This is a stand of wild plum, big grove of wild plum. We have several out here on the property, and the bees have been bringing in some yellow pollen. You saw a little bit of that. The bluets are starting to emerge. They're little bitty flower with but high density, so it's good to see encouraging signs. And yeah, kind of excited. You know, it's hard to figure out, you know, what you want to do, what you got to do. And we're gonna have to buy some hives to make good on our commitments for this upcoming season. But you know, we've faced that. We've made the decisions now. You know, we may change a few here and there, but yeah, now it's all full of potential and promise again. So tune in next time, and you'll see spring splits. We'll see the bees come back from almonds. You'll see us gearing up and doing queen rearing, and just getting going. It's going to be a really fun, exciting time. Lots of beekeeping ahead for us. And here is a bluet, little bitty flower, and another one, and it's full of potential. Thanks.